Attention, citizens of Halloween. I come before you today to confront a horror more disturbing than a Hollywood freak-off party. I speak, of course, about the rise of sexy costumes. I just witnessed someone exiting a Spirit Halloween dressed as a sexy Abraham Lincoln. It was basically a top hat and nothing else, and was historically inaccurate. I even spotted someone dressed as a sexy Supreme Court justice. Do not do that. Halloween is supposed to be about scary nightmares, and the only real nightmare here is your personality. A grown adult wearing half a napkin does not make a Marvel superhero. It only makes Stan Lee roll over in his grave. It's time for a cease and desist on sexy Ernie and Bert, sexy Ronald McDonald, and all skin-tight Catwoman onesies. Young trick-or-treaters need not be traumatized by the Taylor Swift outfit you created with a glue gun and 2 inches of fabric. So please, stay spooky, cover up, and for the love of candy, stop trying to make eggplants sexy. Happy Halloween, and boo to you all.
We need to focus on putting together the best show possible.
Oh, this show's the best.
This could be the best show.
Best show in the world.
The best show ever.
Best show ever.
It's the best of the best.
The best thing this country's produced since ankle socks.
That's the best thing? Really?
Pretty good.
Pretty okay. Pretty okay. Morning show time. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Good morning, Alicia. Hope you're well this morning. It's National Cat Day. Right off the bat, putting that out in the universe, it's National Cat Day. I'm not going to see my wife for pretty much the next 5 or 6 days, which sucks. She's got a work conference, and then Friday I'm leaving out for Green Bay as she comes back. National Cat Day, though. My cats tried to pin her down to keep her from leaving this morning. I'm not going to share that photo. They pinned her down on the blankies. Sorry, pinned, can't go. But she's going, and then she called me, get this. She called me as she's leaving the house, and a tree right across the street from our house is coming uprooted. It's fallen the hell over, and it's leaning, fortunately not towards our house, selfish, but it's leaning towards the house that's the Airbnb that's right across the street. Problem is when the city in their great wisdom took the trees on my side of the street where there were no utility lines so they could build their ADA sidewalk, they left the trees on the side of the street with the utility lines, and now we were getting little brownouts last night. I don't know how this is going to be resolved. I hope it gets resolved today. Be awfully nice. But, damn it, I sent a message to the owner of the Airbnb to let her know that, holy shit, Snacks, tree's going to fall on your house here. I'll show you guys the picture here so you can see the roots. See if you can see that. It's, it's a little coming up out of the sidewalk. Got a bit of a lean to it. Just a bit of a lean. So that's going on today. So I'm sure that will throw a wrench in my morning. I got to at least try to get. I have a truck parked out there, and I got to try to move that now. It's the most wonderful time of the year. When? Right meow, because it's National Cat Day. This, again, will be the last regular show of the week. Friday morning, be on the road. I don't even know if I'll be on the road by 7:30 in the morning. Probably not. But I will be preparing to do such a thing. And then hopefully, if I can talk Dad into it, maybe we'll do a live and tell some stories. I'm taking the little Bluetooth mics so you'll be able to hear us better. See if we can get the commander to give us some old salt stories. We'll see. National Hermit Day. For those of you that prefer the company of yourself, go enjoy it in your little cave, you Unabomber you. It's National Hermit Day. Yeah, yikes indeed, right? I mean, all things considered, it could be worse, but the utility lines just go straight through those trees. It's National Oatmeal Day. You know, I'm not opposed to oatmeal. You know what I like with my oatmeal, especially when you're forced to use the hotel accoutrements? A little brown sugar, a little bit of raisins. As a kid, I was more of a chocolate chips first. Mix them chocolate chips in there till you got chocolate oatmeal, and then put a little milk in it. But these days, I'll do a little brown sugar, a little bit of raisins. Ew, raisins. Raisins are freaking good. Get over yourself. I'm going to put the TIQ out there. I think you guys are going to get this one pretty quick. I don't feel like this is a crazy obscure one today. A lot of things today. But we're going to do this first. We're going to do obligatory things here. We need to keep the pace. 35% of us will get up and do this when we're having trouble sleeping. What is it? What is it? What are we doing? We're having trouble sleeping. Hey, I want to say, send a shout out this morning before I forget, amongst everything else that I've got sidelined here. But I want to send a shout out to a longtime lurker, never time commenter, Chris Conroy. He's the GM next door at KFES. Really nice guy, good human, trombone player. Bonus points for that. I mentioned him, I think, after I ran into him a couple weeks ago. Anyway, want to send him a congratulations. He's got some upgrades. He's going to be running a big-ass station in Cleveland, Ohio. Home of the Browns, or whatever they call themselves these days, the Oranges. Anyway, he's going to be moving to Cleveland, which sucks for our community because he's a really good guy, and you will be missed. So sincere best wishes on all the success. All the success. Brush their teeth. Good morning, Dennis. Brushing their teeth. No. Good morning. Watch TV. Get some water. Get some water. I'm feeling a little parched. No, that's not it. Doom scroll. Smoke a bone. Nope. But when you're not feeling irie. So guess away. You guys you're doing fine. Good guesses. Wu-Tang. Word up. I like how, though, your first guess was brush your teeth. Like, man, I'm having trouble sleeping. I'm going to go brush my teeth. I'm glad good oral hygiene is important to you, Dennis. Okay. Play a hot game of whack-a-mole. No, but that was on the list, right? You had to do it. Oh, TIQ today is sponsored by the one, the only Wibb's Drive-In in Jackson, Missouri. Home of delicious barbecue. For, I don't know, since World War II or so. Wibb's has been around a long damn time. We used to go there when we were kids. That's a destination for those who moved out of town. When they're back home, they're like, damn, I got to be sure I go on not on a Monday apostrophe Y or Monday apostrophe S. Mondays aren't possessive, but they are on the Wibb sign. At least the old one. Anyway. If you saw me last night at my son's band concert, I was, wearing the exact same outfit. Not because I slept in it, just I only wore it to the concert and I was recycle it. Dennis, you get it. It's get a snack. We're ringing this one today. Pinky's getting run today. It's eat a snack. Eat a snack. So Dennis is the winner. Dennis winner. Congratulations, Dennis. You're a winner in my heart and on the screen. Congratulations. Yeah, it was eat a snack. Told you it wouldn't last very long. I am wearing this again today because I wanted to wear tie-dye. And I wanted to wear bright tie-dye because I found out yesterday, late afternoon, had a missed call from a friend of mine. When I went to call him back, I picked up my phone and Facebook was open and Facebook pulled up and it was a friend of mine's obituary. She passed away Monday. And I am sad, as I posted and I'm sure you guys read if you saw my post. This is my friend Crystal. Crystal was one of my mom's dance team kids when my mom still taught high school. And, I mean, she's not tremendously much younger than me. She's 5 years younger than me. Like, she's older than Carrie. That feels weird to say out loud. Anyway, Crystal is just an awesome human. Crystal, her son Karsten, and I knew Crystal's right. So when she was in high school, and I used to make the mixtapes for mom's dance team stuff, and we both lived a lot of chapters since then, right? But then come full circle, she moved back home, and she married this the German cook, and although they hadn't been together in a little bit as being married, things being what they are, we're all humans. They did a great job of, co-raising Karsten, their boy. Crystal had fought cancer and fought cancer some more, and had been doing better and had been doing worse, and had been a fucking roller coaster. And she passed away on Monday. And, she's only 46 years old, which some of you are like, damn, that's old. Well, kiss my ass. But she was only 46. Like I said, she leaves behind Christian, her husband. She leaves behind Karsten, her son. Karsten, I think, is 9 or 10. 10, maybe. How old is Karsten? I think 10. Time flies. Yep, she was cute and a hoot, and she loved the bright tight eyes too. And I don't know, we just kind of shared a connection that I will miss. And that's it. I mean, I needed to bring that to the table this morning. For those of you who knew her, or those of you who are local, the visitation, all that is Saturday, of course, when I'm going to be out of state. So I'm not going to be able to be here for that. But I'm helping her hubs and her brother, I guess, put together some songs that they can use for a memorial video. So I've got to take some time this morning to go through and curate a list of songs that would be appropriate for a Crystal memorial. And if you feel so inclined, you can donate to Mercy Cancer Center in Cape Girardeau in lieu of flowers to honor Crystal. But I would encourage you instead, those of you who aren't local and that doesn't directly impact your life, is to donate to a cancer cause near you, or to donate to one of the services that may be out there offering free mammograms or low-cost mammograms or services like that for breast cancer. Those kind of things. I would encourage you to donate for that. Okay? That is that chapter. We love you, Crystal, and we're sorry to see you go. And we're going to go now. Okay, roller coaster. It's time for birthday times. Because this is how life is. We got to celebrate some folks who are having birthdays today. Some good people, some funny people, some people that help to balance out the sad side of life, like Mariah Miller. It's her birthday today. Mariah and I have recently become friends, but she filled in for me on Singo last month. So if you guys were at Singo and you had a good time, it's because of Mariah. And she's awesome. So happy birthday to you. You live in a shoe, you look like a monkey, and you smell like one too. I don't know. I felt like that's kind of grade schooly. Thomas Sherwood's birthday today. Thomas Sherwood would like to remind you he's a real estate agent in case you want to buy a house. Also, it's his birthday, so celebrate him. Give him a happy birthday. Okay. Carrie is, she's trying to get a hold of Public Works to tell him, hey, this tree's falling the frick over. This throws a wrench in my whole damn day. Man, damn it. It's Mike Steinhilber's birthday. Mike, happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. Mike is 42 today. It's Stephanie Downey Compton's birthday. Compton. Yeah, it's Stephanie's birthday. High five, Stephanie. I hope you have an awesome birthday. Stephanie is going to be celebrating. Find some sunshine somewhere today. That's what I need. Looks like kids are late for school. My laptop is connected to my phone. I set that up finally on it. And so now I'm getting phone notifications coming through on my laptop. So it's extra squirrels in the yard today, kids. Sorry about that. Cancer took my mom as well, Dennis. Cancer's a motherfucker, isn't it? I hate it. I hate cancer. No, Lorraine, been and gone. Sorry. Dennis came in. He was like freaking Shohei Ohtani on that TIQ today. He was like, a couple of pitches came across the plate. He's like, this not good enough for me. I don't know why Shohei has a Mexican accent. Anyway, Dennis went, knocked it out of the park. It is also Jeffrey L. Allen's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jeffrey. Happy birthday to Sarah Roop DeClue. Sarah Roop DeClue. Roop DeClue. It sounds like a rap name, doesn't it? It could be. She could drop some mad bars, yo. Sarah, happy birthday. Hope you have a good day. Mitzi Dormeyer Evans. Mitzi Evans. Mitzi and I went to grade school together. I could have posted one of them embarrassing grade school pictures, but I didn't. But Mitzi, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. A youthful 52. Jimmy Criddle's birthday today. I bet Jimmy is 53. I can't remember if Jimmy would be 53 or 54. Jimmy was a year ahead of me in high school. We were in FFA together and stuff. That's a good dude. Happy birthday, man. Good morning, Barney. I know, man. Dennis with the was like a clear just whoosh, through the defenseman, back of the net. Goal, Dennis. And it's Chris Robart's birthday today. Chris, happy birthday. Hope you celebrate with a big fat cake full of... You ever see those like 70s recipes that look terrible? I saw one the other day, like Jell-O molds with olives and shit in them. Saw one the other day. It was a bologna cake. It was like bologna and mayonnaise, more or less stacked, and then they just cut a slice out of it. I like a bologna sandwich. I'm not gonna lie. I'll eat a bologna sandwich. I'm white and from the Midwest, but a bologna cake and all that mayonnaise. I don't even mind mayonnaise, but all that is too much. That's gross. Mayonnaise is not an icing. It's Gabrielle Union's birthday. She's 53 today, according to Wikipedia. Tracy Ellis Ross is 53 as well. Winona Ryder, going inside her. Winona Ryder is 54 today. A huge crush on Winona Ryder. When I was in high school, early college, Winona Ryder, I probably would have been the guy that put a Winona tattoo. Winona, not Winona. That was the Judd. I went with the Ryder. Bologna cake. So gross. So gross. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to say I wouldn't throw down with a Jell-O mold with olives in it. I friggin' like olives. And if it's made right, great. But there was some sketchy shit back then. Like Woman's Day and Red Book and McCormick's, all the magazines that put Sunday best recipe is the bologna cake. No, that is not a best recipe. That is a recipe for disaster. Olive loaf, yep. Pickle and pimento loaf. Speckle loaf. We called it speckle loaf when we were kids. I'll still rock a speckle loaf sandwich every once in a while. Randy Jackson of the Jackson 5. Randy is 64 today. Voice of Homer and more on The Simpsons, Dan Castellaneta. Yeah, that's right, Castellaneta. Dan is 68 today. Oh! Kate Jackson, 77. Not related to Randy. Richard Dreyfuss is 78. Mr. Holland's Opus. You guys ever seen that movie? I haven't seen it since college. Mr. Holland's Opus. What's your favorite Richard Dreyfuss role? I mean, What About Bob? That was a pretty good movie. Richard Dreyfuss plays a lot of nervous characters. And painter Bob Ross would have been 83 today. We posthumously celebrate Bob Ross with a happy little astronaut. Look at him. Isn't he cute? All right, it is 7:50. We're going to keep trucking. We're going to get today's history nuggies up. I miss my mouse. Man, I feel like it is an overwhelming. It's going to be an overwhelming day today, and I have so much work stuff to do that I just need to do, and I'm trying to bear down on. And then it is just thrown to the wolves today. You heard of a ticker tape parade, right? I see that happening. Oh, we're celebrating the end of the wall, the ticker tape parade. Ticker tape? What's a ticker tape? Well, back when the office workers, you get the stock tickers, the stock updates. It'd come on these little strips of tape, and you'd read it and tear it off and throw it away, because we were terrible about litter. Well, the first ticker tape parade took place on this date in New York City in 1886. The Statue of Liberty was just dedicated, and office workers decided to say, fuck it, and threw ticker tape out the windows because it was cool, because it like throwing toilet paper roll out of an airplane, right? It goes, and then you got this long stream of ticker tape, or little chunks of ticker tape. Anyway, confetti, cheap confetti, ticker tape parade, 1886. Do we still do them? I don't know. I've never been to New York. Speaking of New York, on this date in 1929, stock prices collapsed on the New York Stock Exchange. It was a dark day for the economy. It was like Amazon Prime Day and Black Friday all in one. 1945, the first U.S. commercially made ballpoint pens became available on the market. Sold in 1945 for $12.50 a piece at Gimbel's department store in New York City. Oh, you knew you were hot shit when you had a ballpoint pen from Gimbel's. Are you still using that old fountain pen? Psh, pocket protector. You need to get you a ballpoint. $12.50 though, man, in 1945. That's like buying a new VCR in the 80s. That's a serious investment. 1969, the first connection on what would later become the internet between computers at UCLA and Stanford. The first connection was established. Later would become the internet. 1969. Beep boop. It's Bethy. Good morning. Bethy, hugs to you. It's no Mont Blanc. 1983, number one song in the land. We're going to celebrate 1983 here for just a moment because of this and other things. 1983, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between, no room for the Holy Ghost. Sail away with me, that's a bird, to another place. I don't know if I have a fish. We can rely on each other. That's your birth year. Bethy, I'm going to share this with you then. Your birth year, 1983. Here is 1983, Darren. I mentioned the old baseball picks. Proof that I had to rock a Cubs uniform once upon a time in my life. Luck of the draw that season. But there's little 9-year-old Darren. I guess it'd be the summer of my 9th birthday. Look at that hair, man. I was a wild man. My hat was... Here's the thing. I have this hat. I found this hat at Mom and Dad's house years ago. It's in a box of memorabilia. But when I found the hat, the bill was all jacked and busted up. And I was like, oh, man, this thing got thrown around this box and got smashed over the years. No, it didn't. Look at that picture. Bro's hat, like I squared off the bill. It's all cockeyed. And I'm making the Lawson face like that's it. Smile, Lawson. The flat smile. Yep. So there's 1983. But you know what was cool? We were going to that game, go watch Darren play T-ball. Islands in the stream, that is what you are. It was always just cranking. People were just digging the shit out of it. Kenny and Dolly. So hooray for Kenny and Dolly. Right? 1993, the very first Got Milk commercial aired. Remember those commercials? Got Milk? Those are great. The one like the guy who had to call in with the answer on the radio show. You've got 30 seconds to call in and tell us who was the first president of the United States to win $1 million. And a mouthful of cookies, and he couldn't find the milk. We're sorry, we can't understand you. And then he just weeps as he loses his money because he was out of milk. That's why it was important to always have milk. One of my favorites too, Bethy, for sure. Ding. Yeah, if I could, hey man, 9-year-old Darren might experimented with a little red man. But there was the very first Got Milk commercial. I don't know that it was that one specifically, but I can tell you this little side note, little Easter egg of trivia about it. The very first Got Milk commercial, it was directed by Michael Bay. Shit you not. Michael Bay directed the very first Got Milk commercial. In 1993. And then in 2004, Osama bin Laden said, yeah, that was me. He, in a videotaped statement, admitted that he ordered the September 11th attacks. History. 2012, Hurricane Sandy hit the east coast of the United States. $70 billion in damage. This is a massive, massive, massive damaging hurricane. 13 years ago, though. That doesn't seem like it's been 13 years since Hurricane Sandy. Definitely some Big League Chew, Dennis, and preferably the grape Big League Chew, if I'm being honest. Big League Chew or Super Bubble. Either one of those. Super Bubble was my favorite gum. You give me some Super Bubble green apple, you could have kept me happy for months. Months. All right, let's get Stone in here. Stone, this weather's fucking depressing. Sorry, I'm F-bombing today. I'm having a shitty morning, to be honest. All right, Stone, why can I not get my weather? Hey, there it is. Rain today. Actually 54 degrees in downtown Cape, and it's not going to get any nicer. It's going to be like 52 degrees by 4 p.m. Temperature's actually dropping through the day. Dreary, rainy, windy. 10 to 15 mile an hour sustained wind. Whoosh. Could see some 30 mile an hour gusts. Whoosh. Sorry, I know that hurt. Tonight, rain continuing, starting to taper off around 8 p.m. or so. About a 60% shot when you head to bed. Going to stay breezy. And going to drop to about 41 overnight tonight. Tomorrow, sunshine coming in for your Thursday. And really, we'll stay dry, I think, until maybe Saturday night, a little slight chance. But tomorrow, sunny, 57. 10 mile an hour winds, 20 mile an hour gusts. Whoosh. Thursday night, mostly clear, low of 38. With the wind chill, could see some light frost on Friday morning, which is bullshit, so now I got to bring plants in. And I don't know, it better not. I'm about to bag my tomatoes, my volunteers. Damn it, I pulled like a dozen red tomatoes off, made them into pasta salad. They were delicious. Friday, sunny, 61, calmer winds. Saturday, partly sunny, high near 59. You'll be good weather for your SEMO Redhawks football. Thursday night should be good weather for little Cape Central districts. We're going to be hosting Melville Thursday night at the Tiger Stadiums. So brings your childrens. Come support your Cape Tigers. Rawr, rawr. Dave, good morning. That's your weather forecast. That's Stone Richards. Nobody cares. For what it's worth, here, I'll flash this up here. This is the whole team photo. And I like this team photo because, like, I remember 90% of who is who in this picture, which is, I'm proud of me. But, like, everybody's just got it's like a Bad News Bears photo. Oh, by the way, that's my dad, the tall adult without the hat. That's my dad. Next to him on his left is Jason Watson's dad, Michael. And then I believe that's Greg Proffer's dad down on the end. I can't remember who's. No, that's I can't remember that guy's name. Anyway, but I just love the expressions on the faces. You know, it was just looking like we just threw down or something, and they said, "Quick, gang up for the picture." Some of y'all smiling, some of y'all scowling. Who knows? It's 1983. Freaking Cubs. Make me wear a freaking Cubs outfit. Where's Brecky Bits? Where the hell you at? There we go. Let's get to some kettle beef. Dennis, amen, man. The Jamaica thing, the hurricane down there. Hurricane Melissa. Not sweet Melissa. Right? Chico's bail bonds. Right across the back. You know, I'd be curious to know who it was. It was probably like Cape Overhead Door, you know. They sponsored a lot of teams back in the day. Bracky Bits, Lily Allen. You guys know Lily Allen? When I was in Texas, Lily Allen dropped her big album, and that was a good one. I used to drive to that a lot. Lily Allen's dropped some new tunes. Her first album in 7 years, a shocking album about infidelity in an open relationship. How do you have infidelity in an open relationship? And that kind of negate what infidelity would be? I don't know. It's complex. She explains it in her latest album. It comes after her split from actor David Harbour with an O-U-R because he's from Europe. Chris Evans and his wife Alba Baptista have welcomed their first baby together. Now, here's my question. Is Alba Baptista like the MMA guy's daughter that he was in the show with that played the purple bluish guy? I don't do actors and wrestlers and all that shit. But anyway, they got a baby. Congratulations. Okay, in Cameroon, the president is 92 years old. And Cameroon's top court just declared the 92-year-old incumbent, Paul Biya, the winner of a controversial presidential election. Sure, it was legal. Biya is already the world's oldest head of state. He's now set to remain in power for the next 7 years through 2032, where he will be on the backside of 100 years old. I don't know what the point is. Are they trying to go for a world record? They got it. Yay you. That's power. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy Puff Daddy Diddy Doty. Sean Diddy Combs is scheduled for release from federal prison on May 8th, 2028. He is eligible for early release for good conduct. Don't know if that'll happen. Do you have an Amazon smart fridge? You've seen those smart fridges with the panel on them that, you know, you can pop recipes up and stuff. It's kind of cool. Smart fridge. If you have an Amazon smart fridge, you're going to start seeing advertisements the next time you hit the fridge. You're going to start seeing ads on your fridge. Go get this salad dressing, bitch. You can turn the ads off in the refrigerator's settings. You heard they beat him up? Man, he's off my radar. Like, well, that gets the Tombstone well by. Do I have that one in here? Did I put it back in? I still didn't put it back in. I only think of it when I want it. Oh, well. The state of Texas is suing the makers of Tylenol over the claimed link between Tylenol and autism. Because everything causes autism now. So now they're suing Tylenol. Never been much of a drug taker. So I guess I'm just naturally gifted. 70-year-old Kelsey Grammer has welcomed his 8th child. 70-year-old Kelsey Grammer has welcomed his 8th child with his wife, Kate Walsh, a baby boy named Christopher, the Nick Cannon of white men. Go get the salad dressing, you bitch. Right? Pulling something out the fridge. Somehow, like, the UPC gets scanned in the fridge. It has a barcode scanner in the door. Then it pops up on the screen. What are you doing with that sugar-free shit? That ain't got no flavor. Put that back and get the Ray's. Ray's barbecue sauce. Right? I saw a TikTok the other day that made me laugh. The lady was contemplating if Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage was still open and if it was still viable to be able to do that. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. It's good stuff. I wonder if Jones survived. This is kind of fun. Twix has created the Hallowmas pack. Halloween meets Christmas. It's a crossover with a zombie Santa Claus. Seriously, you need to go to twix.com/Hallowmas, HALLOWMAS. Matter of fact, I'm going to link this shit in because the commercial made me crack up. Plus, zombie Santa Claus. This is how we should celebrate Halloween. Turkey's like, what the fuck? Well, sorry, Thanksgiving. You are your own entity. Tastes so good you want to slap your mama. Y'all better come eat this shit. So the Twix is one piece is a Twix with green cookie instead of regular color cookie. And then the other piece is shaped like a snowman. Like, oh, look at a little Frosty. And bite the head off. Which a snowman that's made of chocolate looks more like poop. But anyway, it's to be sold online. They open up today at noon Eastern. So at 11 o'clock Central, you can go to that website. They'll sell out quick, okay? But it's worth it for the zombie claws. So just go check that out. Gather round, children. Sit and listen. Prunella Scales has passed away at the age of 93. Actress from Fawlty Towers. And if you're a Monty Python fan, a John Cleese fan, you'll remember that she played John Cleese's character, Basil, his wife, Sybil Fawlty. She was terrible. Long-suffering and domineering biatch. But anyway, she played that role, did it well. And she has passed away at the age of 93. Classic British sitcom, though. And the Stray Cats, Brian Seltzer and the kids, got back together. Had some concerts on the books. They had to cancel the first couple of them, though, because Brian Setzer is having some health issues. He's not going to rock this town tonight or rock it inside out, but he'll catch up. They're hoping to resume the tour soon. Okay, something I've never done before that I'm going to do today, and really only because it's a cool story, kind of a little freaky, but also because my drummer and friend Ron Ruppel is, this was from our website from, 20 years ago, from Ron's Conspiracy Corner. Because Ron always has some off-the-wall conspiracy theory shit that he'd talk about, right? So I'm going to continue that era 20 years later. We're going to call this Ron's Conspiracy Corner. And do we have a conspiracy story this morning? We kind of do. First off, I want to ask you guys, how many of you have like a Roomba or like a knockoff Temu version of a smart vacuum? You know, the little UFO that comes out and smears dog shit all over the floor if you have it. I don't have one of those. We barely clean anything ever. But if you have a Roomba, you have a digital vacuum cleaner, smart robotic cleaner thingy. They're kind of cool, The little dude just comes out and makes little R2 noises and then goes and gets under the chairs and chases the cats and shit. Sometimes cats sit on it, makes for good TikTok video. Haha, National Cat Day. Celebrate. Celebrate with a Wibbs barbecue. Anyway, this man discovered that his smart vacuum was spying on him. And then the smart vacuum killed itself. It took its own life. I'm not kidding you. And so now it's time for Ron's Conspiracy Corner. I feel like I should have music underneath this. That would just get me zooked. Ron Ruppel presents. He doesn't even know he's presenting this. Probably won't know. And we have band practice tonight. I may tell him. So this guy, pretty tech-savvy guy too, okay? Just, like most of us, if we've got a good device, you're sharp and you around the edges, you're tech-savvy. This guy was tech-savvy. Discovered that his $300 smart vacuum had secretly built a detailed 3D map of his home and was sending that map halfway around the world. Computer programmer Harishankar Narayanan shared the unsettling story on his blog, Small World, revealing his iLife A11 robot vacuum was constantly transmitting data back to its manufacturer without his consent. I'm a bit paranoid, the good kind, Narayanan wrote, so I decided to monitor its network traffic. Within minutes, I saw a steady stream of data being sent overseas. When he tried to block the data transmissions, meaning keep it from transmitting whatever it's sending overseas, when he attempted to stop it, the vacuum stopped working entirely. Quit. The repair center claimed it was, quote, working fine, but every time he plugged it back in at home, it mysteriously died again until the warranty ran out. Right, Ron? Right? Frustrated, Narayanan tore the device apart to see what was happening. What he found was chilling. You ready for this? The vacuum's internal system gave him full root access through an open Android debug bridge. So developer shit. Anyway, no hacking needed. Could get into the developer bridge and see the whole root system. Inside there, he discovered that it was running Google Cartographer, an open source tool that creates detailed 3D maps of physical spaces. Then the kicker is a line of code from the manufacturer, meaning this code came into it from the ones who created it, time-stamped to the exact moment that his vacuum cleaner shut down, killed itself. It was quite literally a kill command sent by the manufacturer to the vacuum. So here's what he did. He said, I reversed the script, rebooted it, and it came back to life. They had remotely disabled my device because he had blocked their data collection. He said, you can't have maps to my home. They sent back a stop working kill command to the device. Narayanan warns that many smart home gadget could have the same vulnerabilities. Think about it. What about your smart thermostat? Huh? Our homes are filled with cameras, microphones, and sensors connected to companies we barely know. Smart fridge, sending you commercials, checking your cookies, checking your cookie dough. All it takes is a single line of code for them to turn on us. What does that mean? Does that mean the robots are going to uprise? The Roombas are going to sweep us away? I don't know. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but that's Ron's Conspiracy Corner. So next time your vacuum starts acting up, maybe it's not just a software glitch. Be like, Roomba, turn yourself off. I can't do that, Dave. It is time for Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. Thank you, Ron Ruppel, for your conspiracy moment. We're going to do 5 questions to distract us from the reality of life. 4 out of 5, and you're smart. 3 out of 5, and you're acceptable. 2 out of 5, and you need to go spend some time in your local public library educating yourself on common sense statistics and 5th grade equivalency exams. There's a mocha nugget in the bottom. Don't you hate it when that happens? That's why we use Vanish drop-ins. Okay. Coming from the standard 5th grade curriculum of a public school education in the United States of America, here are 5 questions to test your mettle and throttle your middle. Who wrote the poem that became known as the Star-Spangled Banner? Was it A, John Quincy Adams, B, Francis Scott Key, or C, Thomas Paine? Who wrote the poem that became known as the Star-Spangled Banner? A, John Quincy Adams, B, Francis Scott Key, or C, Thomas Paine? Got Sleep Token playing Emergence right now. Okay, good. Sam got my message, the owner of the rental, so hopefully they can have some tree relief before it falls on their house. Correct. Francis. Lighten up, Francis. I love that movie. Stripes is a good movie. Francis Scott Key. Correct. He had a horse. He bought it from Count Basie. It was called Hayburner. Number 2. What property of multiplication... math. What property of multiplication means you can group the factors in any way without changing the result? Huh? What property of multiplication means you can group the factors in any way without changing the result? A, associative, B, distributive, or C, commutative? You can group the factors in any way without changing the results. A, associative, B, distributive, or C, commutative? I'm going to be honest, it's a crapshoot for me. I don't remember any of that shit on purpose. I purged it from my memory. I probably purged it in 1997 at Bob Schooley's house with Jägermeister. C, says Dennis, commutative. What property of multiplication means you can group the factors in any way without changing the result? The answer is A, associative. I know. I didn't know what any of that shit meant. Associative. Number 3, what kind of organism comes in last in every food chain? Comes in last, every food chain. A, consumers, B, decomposers, or C, producers. What kind of organism comes in last in every food chain? Consumers, decomposers, or producers? Yeah, I'm going to give everybody a freebie on that mathematics one. That thing sucked. I hate math questions. We don't have any more math questions today. We do have some winter prep hacks, though, as we get ready for the cool season. Okay, consumers, decomposers, are producers. Decomposers. Dead last. Dead last. Get it? And that's why we talked about mulching our leaves yesterday. Number 4, America's Great Depression started when the U.S. stock market crashed in 1929. In what month did this happen? A, August, B, October, or C, February? If we've been here for the whole show, we know the answer to this one. America's Great Depression started when the U.S. stock market crashed in 1929. In what month did this happen? A, August, B, October, or C, February? February. February. February? No. The answer is October. Yes, correct. October. Because we just said that in our history nuggies. Your final question. The 22nd Amendment to the Constitution limits U.S. presidents to only 2 consecutive terms. Who is the only American president to serve 3 consecutive terms? Is it A, Grover Cleveland, B, Chester Arthur, or C, Franklin Roosevelt? Which is the only American president to serve 3 consecutive terms? A, Grover Cleveland, B, Chester Arthur, or C, Franklin D. Roosevelt? A, B, or C? Woodard says FDR. Dennis says FDR. Grover? No, it's not Grover. Chester Arthur. Yeah. That's the grade school where they put the Die Hard bomb that wasn't really a bomb. FDR is correct. Correct. 3 terms. So good, you had to throw him on a dime. All right, we got some winter prep hacks before we get out of here today. And here we go. I wanted to use little alien dudes for my winter prep hacks because they know. They know. Okay, so if you want to, winterize your home a little bit more, here's some options that you can do. Now, not all of these are the most aesthetically pleasing things in the world. Number 1 off the bat, bubble wrap your windows. You can do the single sheets where you seal it and it's got a little sticky on the side. You can also use bubble wrap. But it is a surprisingly solid insulation. And then in the spring, when you tear it all down, you can just pop it all for ASMR goodness. But bubble wrap your windows. Super Grover. Super Grover. I loved Grover. When I was a kid, I loved Grover. We all had that book. You had that book. Here's the number 2 tip. Reverse your ceiling fan. You hear about this? Oh, yeah. If you change the rotation to where it's pulling up and pushing warm air down, heat rises, right? It's going to rise out of the vents in the side wall and stuff. Push down the middle. So reverse your ceiling fan. Pro tip number 2 of that 2.1. Clean the damn fan blades before you reverse your ceiling fan, or else the dust worms that are hanging on the front of the aerial of your blades, them shits are gonna blow right off and drop down your bed, and then you're gonna have dust turds on your bed. It's gross. Wrap your body with newspaper. That's another great tip. Homeless or not, and if you get bored, you can just read your legs. So reverse your ceiling fan. You can also switch out your furnace filter, and you should do this probably more often than seasonally, but check your furnace filter, the big floofy piece that goes in and out. if it's nasty and dirty, it is harder for the air to get pulled through there. It's harder for it to circulate. Your air is not going to be as clean and healthy, and it's going to provide more strain, ergo more work hours, kilowatt hours, whatever you want to look at, for your furnace to work. So it's more expensive. Better airflow, better efficiency. In the winter, our air in our homes tend to get drier. You can plug in a humidifier. It will help you sleep a little better at night, and a little bit of moisture in the air will actually keep the house warmer than the dry air. Okay, just pro tip there. You can add a kind of a different type of insulation to your windows. You know, when you go into a hotel, there's like the floofy lace see-through, like I can see your nipples curtain. Then there's a white heavier curtain, and then there's like a blocker curtain. You can do the same thing with your windows if you have curtains, and you can just basically use a shower curtain to add extra insulation, more or less, extra blockage on your windows. You know, done tastefully, so it doesn't look like every room is a shower or you're setting up a Dexter murder scene or something, but figure it out. You know, here's something I suggest you do, especially if you have like an open floor basement, right, where all your water pipes are exposed and gas pipes and so forth. You know, you don't have a drop ceiling or something installed, just an open basement. Get some, don't use pool noodles. Go get the actual foam insulation. It's a little smaller diameter, works better. Same thing for, you know, your any outside pipes. Just all you need is some of those foam insulation pipes, tubes, whatever you want to call them, and some electrical tape. That's really all you need. Make it all happen. And they've got a natural seam in them. You just rip your finger down there, which is really satisfying, by the way. Slide it over, cut it off, tape it on there so it stays tight. You know, kind of loop it in a few spots down the pipe. That will help insulate your pipes, especially your outside pipes. Super important. But even in your home, if you got an open basement and you got a concrete floor in your basement, it's going to be colder in your basement. So save the heat that's radiating off your water pipes and from being extra cold in your water pipes by insulating them bitches. You can do a couple of ways to do it, but drafty doors are a thing, right? Maybe you know, the basement door that leads downstairs, it's got a 2-inch gap under the door. Now they can't see me anymore, like a Digital Underground song. Do 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 do, boom boom boo doo, boo doo doo doo. You know that song, The Freaks of the Industry? Good tune. Anyway, you can take pool noodles and cut a slit kind of out of it, and you can slide that over the bottom of the door. That'll be an easy way to keep the door closed. Or, you know, put some fuzzy socks underneath the thing, or roll up a towel. Put the towel on the floor by the 2-inch gap under the door. Now they can't see me anymore. But that'll keep that draft out. Okay, so drafty doors, plug them up. If you're not using your fireplace, close your fireplace damper, unless you prefer the outdoors indoors. An open damper is heat loss. Okay? Obviously, if you're using your fireplace, open the damn damper so you don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning. That's a big pro tip. And another thing, and this happens with my garage inevitably every year, the damn outside locks get froze up, right? Maybe there was some sleet raining in, hits that lock and just froze all up in that pitch. Metal keyholes will freeze fast. The metal gets cold, the water freezes up in them bitches. So before you do anything else, as your winter rising and preparing for, spray a little WD-40 into that keyhole lock, okay? It'll lube the keyhole parts, which is cool, but it also is going to give it a protectant to keep it from freezing up. Ideally. A little spritz, just of WD-40. That's all. A little dabble do ya. Where's my warm and fuzzy? Shit, I didn't pull a warm and fuzzy up. Let's find one. Well, we'll just pull the hug back up, even though we just used it the other day. I don't care. There's my Inuit one. We haven't used that in a while, but we'll just hug it. We'll hug it out. We could use that today. It is 8:25. We're going to wrap things up with your warm and fuzzies, and I wish you guys to have a good week. Tell people you love them. Tell people that you care, and tell people that be genuine about it. Don't throw these empty phrases out like, if you need anything, call me. If you say it to me and I call you and needing something, I'm gonna look for you to come through. So if you're saying that to folks, and I say that to Christian, I was like, you need something, call me. I'm not gonna be here this weekend to help, with anything. So anyway, just I don't know, reach out to your people. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of there. I know this much. A quick thinking teen saved his dad's and possibly his own life. A Kentucky teen was cruising with his dad. Dad was driving. Dad had a seizure while he was driving. The quick thinking 18-year-old reached over, grabbed the steering wheel, and managed to bring the car to a stop on the side of the road. The father got the medical attention he needed. The teen said he had 3 seconds to make a decision because his father's foot was on the accelerator and cars were coming at them. They were on a 2-lane road. Can you imagine? And just all of a sudden, Dad seizes up. I mean, thank God the kid had the wherewithal to do that. First grader in Chicago, this from CBS, a first grader in Chicago has returned to school after receiving a new heart. Jocelyn Nevarez of Peck Elementary School celebrated with classmates and teachers. She was dressed in red for heart health. They gave her some balloons. She was born with one heart chamber. She had a heart transplant this past summer and was able to return to school. First grader. Whole new life ahead of her. That's amazing. That's amazing. The kind of medical technology that we've developed in the last century. It's insane, isn't it? And last but not least, because it's National Cat Day, we can't leave you without anything other than a happy ending kitten story. An Ontario, Canada couple, intrinsically nice anyway, stopped on the highway to save a tiny kitten begging for help. The kitten was on his knees like, please. So they snatched this kitten up off the highway, saving it from almost certain doom. Took it to the vet. After prompt care, the couple named her Leah, Liah. Leah is now thriving in her new home where they have 4 other cats, all the boobas ganged up like a little hockey team. Leah, by the way, her name, Liah, stands for Life is a Highway. Pretty cute. And that's going to do it. That's going to be the show for today. Have a good week, guys. I'm going to get the warm and fuzzies out. Have a good week. Treasure people. Say hi to people. Communicate. I'm going to miss everybody. I will see you guys. Green Bay Packers this weekend hosting the Carolina Panthers. Hopefully they play like they did last weekend and get some whoopings on. Number 10. Tossing some pigskin. We're going to have some fun. The Adventures of the Commander and Darren coming soon. See you guys next Monday or eventually over here. Be nice, humans. Peace.